Welcome to the first episode of the Funliner podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out the Patreon link in the description below. Hope you guys enjoy it.
So,
was it like you told me a couple months ago that you got tipped in toilet paper?
yeah.
Have you gotten tipped in toilet paper more since then?
It's only been twice so far. There's times where people don't tip at all, which is more fun. Because there was one day it was like raining, and like I got to the door and it's pouring on me. I'm wearing my mask. I look disheveled. It's a long day. I just want to go home, and they scared to come outside. And I'm like, why did you order pizza if you're scared to come outside? And it's like no contact. I don't touch anybody. I stay 6 feet. I put the pizza down in front of their door, and I stay 6 feet away. Well, I knock on it, and I walk over, and then they come out, they grab the pizza, and they go inside. But they were like, I don't want, which means I'm not getting a tip. Which is they like move their curtains, and they're like in the window. They're like, I don't want to go outside. I was like, and I'm getting poured on. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's a loophole almost.
It was sad.
Bro. It's like I would give you a tip, but
it's also raining, and that would suck if I went outside. I was like, word.
I saw something so funny. It was like, Papa John's, and I you work for Papa John's,
Papa
right?
John's,
That's
and I
you
work at Toast.
They're like,
which is a grilled cheese and burger place.
Oh, I didn't know you had two jobs.
Yeah, 2 jobs, baby. Making
you know the whole
bro.
drama behind Papa John's, right?
I just
like how actual Papa John's is not even, or he like got
said
like,
the N-word,
a racial slur
for the
he said
racist
the
stuff.
N-word. No, we had a lot of fun when that happened in the store, because like we can't say it's not Papa John's anymore with an apostrophe. It's Papa John's with no apostrophe now, and we just like we have to disassociate from him like hardcore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He actually
he's on.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's on TikTok right now. If you've seen him on TikTok,
and he's also on a lot of like for example the H3 podcast.
Yeah, I see him
because Ethan Klein is like a huge fan of Papa John's. He's like Papa Bless is like the whole meme that he's done. And finally, like this year, he's gotten him on an interview and on the podcast, and it gave him a chance to kind of set the record straight, at least from his perspective.
I watch a few of them.
Dude.
They're pretty funny too.
He's trying to make a comeback.
And
he's trying to make a comeback.
Because he's still a shareholder. It's not like he's not.
And he's extremely rich. I mean, honest, I'm a fan.
Bro, he's a rich white dude.
I'm a fan of. I gotta say, I'm a fan of Papa John. Just because
he honestly
I know
he came off as pretty cool in that podcast.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. He did seem like there's a little bit of shady stuff going on in that whole ordeal. I mean, he did,
He seems crazy. That's like why I think he's funny. He seems like a crazy person.
Someone was like commenting, on like the advertisement where Papa John's was just like, we have a no contact. We don't even touch the pizza. And someone was like, "What were y'all doing before?
We were laying on it.
Or you just like, like touching everything.
Now we don't touch your food. Yeah, we massage it, baby. We just we gotta get our identity in there. It's a little bit of love, a little bit of spit.
I was like, that's a good point.
What were we doing before? Well, I can say just so that doesn't go anywhere, that we're clean beforehand, but we're even cleaner now. So we all wear masks in the store. I'm getting tired of smelling my own breath. I brush my teeth and my tongue, but I'm sick and tired of smelling my own breath.
Dude, I don't think it's your mouth anymore. I think it's probably the mask.
It definitely
that point.
is.
You gotta have multiple masks.
Do you how much pizza do you eat?
I eat probably 1 full pizza a week.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
Okay. You're not sick of it.
Okay.
And do you prefer Papa John's over any other?
Yes. I actually like Papa. That was a big reason why I took the job.
I do too. I think it's good. I think
it's probably the best fast food pizza.
Really? Domino's is a close one for me. That's a controversial thing. It's usually Domino's versus Pizza Hut. But you're saying
that's like a Coke
Pizza Hut. Yeah, it's
Pizza Hut back in the day. Back in the day, Pizza Hut was fire, absolutely fire.
Bro, the Pizza Hut in my town just went bankrupt. It was I think it was because people were working there though. Shout out to Rome. I think that they just made some pretty awful pizzas. The only pizza that I really liked from Papa John's, and I didn't even really eat the pizza part, it was the garlic knots. I was just like sitting there just taking the garlic knots and eating that. And by the time I got
Their
around the whole
pasta's
pizza,
good.
I was full, so I didn't eat the pizza.
Have you had the pasta?
Yeah. I've had their pasta too.
I don't know. I grew up with Domino's, and I just remember when they added that like the garlic crust, you know?
Mhm. Oh,
on the
yeah.
Domino's pizza. I love
Have
that.
you tried
I love that.
That's pretty good.
Papa John's has the garlic parm crust now. That stuff is good.
Honestly, I'm not a huge pizza consumer anymore, but now I really want a pizza right now.
You're welcome.
I want to order a pizza.
That's how I get them.
Next
That's how I make
episode,
my
we'll
company
just be
money.
eating large pizza.
Dude, I'm getting so fat during quarantine. I don't know about you guys.
Yo, did you see Pat Seidling's joke? He was like, do I need to like call my 600-pound life or do they come find me? Like, I'm not sure. I relate to that.
Well,
oh my gosh.
That's funny for Pat too, because he's already been on a TLC show now, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't his daughter on that TLC show?
Oh, it was the dress, the wedding
Say
dress.
yes to
one,
the
right?
dress.
Say
Is
yes
that
to the
TLC?
Mhm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't seen
but
it.
he's already.
I don't watch TLC.
I don't know. Is Pat seem like the guy that sits down and watches all those TLC shows? Like that's a good. That's a good Saturday afternoon for
I
Pat.
definitely
is
feel
sitting
like
down
he's
and watching.
detached. Like he was on the show, and I feel like he's totally detached from it. He didn't see one episode of it. He just showed his face. Because he did it during the summer. He came right back.
Yeah.
Anyway.
For anyone who doesn't know, anyone who's listening, Pat Seidling is he's the tour director for BD.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great guy. Shout out.
He's
Pat.
beautiful.
Love Pat.
Beautiful man.
My favorite.
I just feel like during quarantine, I've watched so many like shows that I would never watch in
Like
my
what?
life. Too hot to
I heard that.
handle.
I
Oh.
heard that's entertaining. Honestly.
It is very entertaining because I like laughing at people.
Is that the kind of shows
Yes.
you watch?
No.
Okay. What? Okay. Then what is in your opinion, your favorite TV show?
Oh god. I mean, I guess like I really enjoyed Game of Thrones, but like that's like old. I just watched that recently though, within this year.
Oh, really?
And I like binged it super hard.
I'm a diehard
But
Game of Thrones fan. I think that's
Game of Thrones.
I think that's the greatest TV show. One of the greatest TV shows of all time.
Wow.
So
I
good.
haven't
I
seen
have a
one.
soft spot for
I haven't
Jon
seen one
Snow.
episode of that.
Malik, you gotta watch it. It is
Dead
so
on.
well
Seriously?
I haven't
made.
seen any of it.
You would like it.
Okay.
You would like it. It's really good.
I'm watching Avatar right now.
Oh!
So you gotta watch
I'm
Game
almost
of
Okay,
Thrones.
I have to
pause.
finish watching Avatar first.
Okay, wait. So
You've
I'm
did
already
you
watching
guys
watched
grow
it.
up watching it?
I did. Like me and my.
So you watched the whole thing.
I've watched it like 5 times.
Okay. So you're a diehard, and then Alan, did you grow up watching it?
Yes, I did grow up watching it, but like I eventually stopped watching it as I like got older
Yeah.
into school.
Yeah,
I don't
as
know why
like,
I stopped. But I
got
just
more
remember
mature, it became
like Friday
stupid to watch
nights.
it.
Yeah, I just really
Yeah.
moved on from it very quickly. I was an early bloomer, so my brother and I, like it came on every Friday night. I remember, and it was like 9 p.m. for whatever reason, because like of course the best show is like my bedtime when I was at the age. So it was like the only time my mom let me and my
that's
brother
sick.
stay up. And so, like, I have, like, very fond memories. I don't remember anything. Like, I'm rewatching it, and I'm like, I've watched this before.
Yeah.
I literally remember
That's
nothing.
almost better.
But it came on.
It's almost more fun because
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I watched it like Malik. Like that was like my favorite show growing up on Nickelodeon,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was the only shows that I remember like actually like finding like remembering the time of the week to watch it was that and Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Was that Cartoon Network?
That was Cartoon
I loved
Network.
that show, and I remember waiting to watch those up. But anyways, for the Avatar. I watched an episode with my cousins and my sister because we're all diehard fans of that show for the first time in a while, and we clicked it up on Netflix. First of all, the thing that caught me was that the aspect ratio was not the full screen. It's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then I watched it and I was like, dang, this show is so good. So good.
Yeah, I'm like, I just got to book 2.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You got to the finale, bro.
Like,
That's a good
that's-
episode, bro.
that's-
Both of those. Yeah, man. I got to book 3
Yeah, dude.
already, bro. I'm at book 3, like episode 5 or something like that. I got to the headband. Whoever's a fan of Avatar knows what I'm talking about.
My sister and my cousin are so good that they can pull names of episodes, out of thin air,
Yeah.
and then they can, when we're watching it, they quote the lines as we're watching.
I can
it.
quote some lines.
And I'm like, whoa.
I can quote some lines.
It's crazy.
For sure.
Did you watch Korra?
Yeah, I watched. I didn't like that as much, but it was still very good.
It got panned pretty hard by a lot of people, but I was a huge fan of Korra. I thought it was really cool how they expanded on like the different uses of like.
What I would have
stuff.
preferred was that they just did like an older version of Team Avatar. You know, like Aang and whatnot. I felt like I wish they did that instead of Korra, but.
Yeah,
didn't they do like a Avatar Live thing?
There's supposed to be a live action
the
coming
movie.
up. No, the movie's garbage.
The movie's everyone knows that sucks, but the actual what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they're making a Netflix show, like show with live action of the original series, and they're putting a lot of money into it. And the difference between that and the movie, because the movie was directed by M. Night Shyamalan, which is a bad idea. A huge failure for him.
Major flaw.
He's a great director, but a huge failure for him. But the show that's coming out on Netflix is going to be headed by the two writers and creators of the original show. So it's going to be great, and it's going to be just a retelling of the original series, but with live action. I'm super excited. It's going to be good acting, good writing, lots of money putting into it for the visual effects. It's going to be awesome. And they're not going to whitewash the cast like they did for Avatar, hopefully.
Oh, God.
And make all the Fire Nation Indian. They're like, let's make everyone white and let's make all the bad people Indian.
That's
so
bad,
literally what they did.
The movie is so bad. It was borderline disrespectful. Anyway, enough about Avatar.
Yeah, and TV shows though, I recommend anyone. I recommend both of you guys to watch Ozark because I never watched it before, and with all this free time, like I was saying, I had extra time. I watched all 3 seasons in like 4 days, and it was awesome. Jason Bateman is incredible.
Yeah, my mom and my stepdad are watching that, or
good.
have already. So they. I mean, I know it's like in the top 10 on Netflix right now.
Oh, it's so good.
And so
best what I think. Yeah. Jason Bateman is in that, and then Julia Gardner is really, really good in that. It's just really, really good acting and writing and directing from Jason. So cool stuff. Anyways, yeah. Quarantine has been fun. Malik has been working hard, and me and Alan have been watching TV shows. So
pretty much, dude. Pretty much. I've been playing my cats. Okay, I have so many cats here right now because my mom is a foster, like, I don't know the correct term, but she just fosters cats and raises them up for adoption.
Are you a cat person?
But the issue,
I feel like you're a dog person. Am I wrong?
I want a dog so bad,
okay.
but I've never had a dog because we have so many cats everywhere, you know. But there's 8 cats in this house right now. And that's a mess. Yeah. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
They have their own territories.
They own the place. Literally, I had this one cat named Gracie, and she's like.
Is that the one in the kitchen?
So mean.
I remember I visited, and there was one that like, he like, she like, owns the kitchen island, and no one's allowed on it unless she's in a good mood.
Yeah, we have this big island in the middle of my kitchen, and it's literally like in the center of the kitchen. Like, there's no way that you're not gonna like see the cat. And if you piss that cat off, bro, she will yell at you.
Yikes.
Like, I mean, I'm just talking about like just poking sometimes. Oh my God. She's declawed, which I think makes her compensate. And so she's just like super aggressive. We did not declaw her, by the way. I think that's terrible to declaw a cat. You know, that's like taking away someone's hands. Yeah. Or fingernails, I guess. That'd be probably better.
They have no hands.
No, it's more like taking away their fingers.
Yeah. Nah.
Because
I guess maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when they're climbing up stuff, when they climb up stuff, they use their nails to get up there. But when they take that out, they don't have that. It's just stumps, you know, kind of.
Yeah, but she owns that place, bro. She just takes a dump straight on the island. She don't care.
There was one time you were gone,
she
Alan, and she just like went right in front of me and Ben. We were just talking, and she just like she came in between us because we were talking across the island. She came in between us and then went right in front of us. It was awesome.
She's probably like watching.
That was the most gangster thing I've ever seen.
Up later.
It was she did it and she left. It was amazing.
She's got like her own poop pads on there. Like, my mom gave up, you know. She doesn't leave that island, so it's like it's either I'm gonna poop straight on your counter, or I'm gonna poop on this pad. All right, and it better be a heated pad. Like, literally, she is a gangster. So,
but yeah.
Do you guys have pets? Like,
I mean, I have a dog. I have a dog back with my parents. I don't have one up here in Orlando.
Yeah.
So.
I have a dog and a cat, and we have a tortoise in the backyard. You guys will see it when you come. And then we got, We have a dog and a cat, but the cat is like my grandma's cat because our grandma lives with us, and so the cat is like super loyal to my grandma. The cat will sleep right on her chest when they go to bed. Super cute, and I love the cat, but he doesn't like me. She doesn't like me, and I like cats. I really do. I want a cat, but I feel like they're so hit or miss. Like some of them are super friendly and super nice, and some of them are just not. And it's just like really like a 50-50 chance that you're gonna get a cat that's gonna be like a cool, nice cat. I kind of don't mind it when the
cat's like kind of mean. Like your cat Gracie, Alan, I was like kind of fond of it. I mean the thing where it pooped right in front of me, that wasn't cool. But I respect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a power move.
Yeah,
it's my turf.
I respect it.
That reminds me of when I was in China. I was on the Great Wall of China, and a little girl like
pooped right
had to go
in front
to the
of
bathroom, and the girl, literally, the girl pulled down her pants and pooped on the Great Wall of China.
That's a flag.
I'm not, dude. I that's what I'm saying. I was like, dude, that's really insane. But I'm kind of impressed. Yeah, like I'm kind of impressed. Like she did not care. She was like, I'm going right here. So
where the bathroom at, Mom? Oh, okay. Let it rip. I respect that.
Yeah.
That's a
flex.
Say less, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, it's down those stairs? Not happening.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. But yeah.
So I do want to ask you guys, what do you know about the virtual drum and bugle corps?
Honestly, I know nothing about it.
I don't know anything about. Oh, go ahead, Alan.
I know that they have like. I know that there's a fee, and it's kind of like. Seems like a lot.
I don't know. I feel weird about it just because like. I don't want to say that this is what it feels like, but it looks like there were people that were like, I need to make some money this summer. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I gotta so let me charge some kids so that I could teach them. I don't mean to put air quotes.
Okay, I need to say a disclaimer. If you are an educator who's involved in virtual drum and bugle corps, or you're a kid who's in the virtual drum and bugle corps, we're not shaming it at all. We're not. At least I am not like looking down on that in any way. When I saw it though, I was just a little skeptical.
Yeah, I'm uneasy.
I'm uneasy. And you know what? The truth is, if this is like a genuine thing that's being put together to, create something great in this time where, we don't have drum corps, that's awesome. Like I support that fully. Like that's really, really cool. But I was just looking at they have like a sponsor page, like an Indiegogo page. And I was looking, actually, let me see if I can bring it up. I was looking at it and I was like, there is no way that this is really real. I was like, there's no way that that people are buying this, because I was like, I just don't know.
Do you know how much money they've made so far?
Yeah, it says so here's the thing. I had my doubts, right? And but the good thing is that they did say they have posted that any of the extra money that has gone into this is going to a scholarship fund for the 2021 season for people that are marching. So again, awesome, good stuff that they're doing. That's super cool. But I was just looking at it, and there's some of the things that you can buy. So they closed the campaign. They're no longer accepting new membership, but you can see what their previous sponsor, like things you could buy in support.
Yeah, the perks,
right? And so it's $10 to audition and stuff, right? And then you can buy $25 for a t-shirt. You can do $50 for a custom fabric patch. Like, okay, but it also includes everything else previously. And then it's $100 for a zip-up hoodie and everything else previously, and then $250 for a core jacket, which I mean that's standard. Like how much was our core jacket? How much was
$90 or something like that?
It was like it was like $100.
Oh really? Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's not the same. Yikes. $500 for a private lesson or virtual hang.
That's
okay.
Those are the things that are like,
Whoa. But look, I mean, it says 0 out of 10 people claim.
Okay,
it,
so
you know,
okay,
you can see
okay.
how
So
many
nobody
people-
bought it, but it's $500 for an hour private lesson, or $1,000 for a private early screening. So by pledging $1,000 or more, you will get a private screening of the final video as soon as it's finished before August 8th. And so, and this isn't even a live thing. You're just getting a link to a video before everyone else gets to see it. You know, and then name a movement of the show for $5,000. Name a movement of the show and name the actual show.
Only
for
one
$10,000.
person can do it.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
It's 1 out of 3 for that. And so, okay, so again, I understand the way Indiegogo works is like they're just trying they want for people who already want to donate to help this thing move forward. They're just giving people incentives for doing that. So it's not like they're trying to sell a particular item saying this is worth $5,000. They're just saying like if you want to be the kind of person that's going to donate that much money,
we should give you these perks.
Yeah, then you get a perk.
Okay.
Like this is just one of the things. So like yeah, I mean even if they had a $10,000 tier that basically gave nothing, that's not the point. It's not to try to equivalate something that's worth $10,000 and selling it for $10,000. But I was just looking at it, I was like, name a movement of a show and name the actual show. Like if they're trying to do a real production, like a good production, you can't have random people naming the show or naming a movement of the show for that matter. It just doesn't seem like the goal here. If the goal was to create the best product possible and to give people who are missing out on drum corps a chance to express themselves and be part of an activity, like I don't think that should be an option. Like I don't think that naming the show, if I was like, okay, I'm gonna put my hard work and time into being a part of this thing, and then some random guy is gonna name the show like
whatever
banana crackers, like it's like
Gracie poops on the island.
yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be good, or So I don't know. I have my misgivings about it, but when you look at
the $10 audition packet entry, 1,719 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they were successful for
They
sure.
were successful, so that's $17,000 right there. So I'm skeptical, but then I look at the list, right, of the educators, the staff members, right, and there are some like notable staff people that have. Oh, here's a total $48,000.
Oh, also Jake
marched with
Lyons
him.
is blue coat, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He taught at UGA too, and he's like a marimba player. I think he also did indoor. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been MCM.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, we marched with his brother in the league,
Joe Lyons,
Lyons,
Whoops.
who was
Mellow.
the
Mellow section.
mellow section leader in 2017, and he marched like 4 years at Coates. So
Yeah. So I mean, it's
okay, but
listen.
so is it supposed to be like marching? Like how are they doing that?
So they have a drum major, I'm pretty sure. Or if not one or two, which I don't know why you would ever need more than one drum major for this kind of. I actually don't know why you would need a drum major at
Period,
all.
yeah.
They have color guard in it. So how they're going to incorporate that? I mean, maybe just a split screen of a bunch of color guard doing the same work, Yeah. So it has a bunch of good like staff members. So they're and it's registered as a nonprofit. So it's officially registered as a nonprofit. So I'm not so worried about there being some shady business going on for money. I just think that
But they are paying all their staff though, right?
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing I don't think they're doing it for
right.
nothing.
Does this have a name?
Oh, also, if you are contracted to be, I think if I remember, if you are contracted to be in a drum corps, in a world-class drum corps, you don't have to audition. You just have to pay the $10 fee or something. If I remember correctly, I think that's what the deal was. So, I don't know. I think it is all age, and I mean, look, if they have 1,719 claims. Oh, another thing is that they're marketing themselves now as the largest drum corps in the history of drum corps, which also bothers me a little bit because
That means there's no cap.
I mean,
there's no cap on how much money they could have made. You know what I mean?
No.
False
advertising.
But yeah,
It's
of course,
false
you're going to be the
advertising.
largest drum corps that's ever existed because you're not abiding by the drum corps
DCI rules.
But I guess they're not going for that. They're just going for we're the largest organization. But,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, if there is someone from Virtual Drum Bugle that wants to help educate us, because I genuinely want to know more.
Yeah,
Like I genuinely want to know how this could be better. That's fine. Like reach out to us. Like let us know. That's cool with me. I'm not trying to shut this down.
We could totally be ignorant to what's actually going on. I'm just confused.
Yeah, maybe we just don't know. I'm just saying from a first look, it doesn't look super solid to me. But again, if anyone, because there's a bunch of people that follow us that are already involved in this, like. That's super cool. Like to be involved in something like this is already cool, and I think you should definitely go for it and put your heart into it because that's going to be fun, and the product should be good. You should, being able to practice and put something out is awesome. I just hope that the intent behind all of this is
legit.
All great, and it looks like it is. It's a non-profit. They're doing a scholarship fund, so that's cool. But I was just like, this looks a little weird to me, so. And most of the people that I asked, like you guys and all of my other Blue Devils friends, I asked them, like, do you know about this? And they're like, no, not really. So they must have been really marketing towards not like marching, like high school marching band kids or, open class. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I was just like, I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, hopefully they're doing all right.
I mean, dude, so a story when we were talking about pizza and stuff. I know I'm gonna get off the pizza, but I was just thinking about, man, like I saw my scooter under my bed the other day. And I like kicked it. I like stubbed my toe and I was like ah, and I like looked down and I was like, oh, scooter, and then you know what I mean? Like all those memories like flooded me, and you were talking about pizza, and I don't know why. But this memory from us, I think it was 2017. Do you remember?
It was definitely 2017.
Do you remember that one night where we had just a free night somewhere? It wasn't really a free night. We worked our butts off that day, but we had before lights out. It was kind of like an early night, and we were like, bro, I was like, bro, Malik, I'm so hungry right now. I just need.
I remember they were serving something that we were just like, hell.
Yeah.
We need to get some real food.
Grilled cheese and tomato soup for dinner. I was like.
With some crackers.
I was like, this ain't gonna do it for me, Chief. So Malik, we got scooters, right? Let's use them. We were in the. I don't even remember where we were, but we were that school was nowhere near.
Idaho or something. It was in the Midwest somewhere.
And we were like, let's Google something. Let's Google what's around here. 2 miles away, there was a Papa John's. And I remember Malik, we just looked at each other, we were like...
we were looking at the time, we were like...
Oh, lights out is 10 minutes? Think we can make it? We freaking went ham on the scooters. What we didn't know was the path to get there was the most treacherous terrain ever.
Bro, barely any street lights. Every road had cracks in it. The sidewalks were beat up. It was, I'm telling you, this was the middle of nowhere, kind of suburb. I don't know where we were, but it was just the most dangerous thing. And there were hills too, bro. It was crazy.
Dude.
It was definitely 11.
It was the hills going into the potholes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was scary.
It was insane.
I was just I didn't know if we were going to make it back alive, I
remember there was
worth it?
Those two old ladies that catcalled us. Remember that? When we first started on it, we first started going. As soon as they did that, I was like, "This is gonna be a weird." Yeah, it's gonna be a weird night, but it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, I remember you. That was the first time you showed me the whole. Get the. I don't know. I can't remember. Correct me if I was wrong, but you got some kind of pepperoni or meat lovers pizza, but you also got the chicken poppers. You freaking took those chicken poppers and you ripped them apart and you sprinkled them
apart and put them in the pizza,
my,
bro.
Dude,
this guy.
I was like, this changed my life. Drum corps things, bro.
Genius.
You will eat some weird stuff. I remember one time, I was just so hungry, so desperate for food or a snack, and this is gonna sound awful, but I found like a tray of Oreos somewhere, and it wasn't like near anyone's bed.
No.
So I was like, I love Oreos, you know? And I had a jar of peanut butter, and I was like, yo, I just got the best idea. I'm gonna start smearing peanut butter on these Oreos.
That's good, though. That's so good.
It slapped. It was so good.
But
So
they
good.
weren't your Oreos.
I just had a few, bro. It's just a few. They didn't even notice. I didn't even...
I do remember, though, if talking about food stories, I remember 2019, I definitely, I was an age out, you know, so I was kind of like, you know, whatever. And then I also had my boosted board.
You did have your boosted board.
So I would Zoom, like, having the boosted board made, like, mile trips, like, accessible and fast. Like, I remember in Hamburg, there was, like, one night for, like, at the end of rehearsal, I got on my board and went all the way down, because, you know, we have, like, have free time. There's, like, a Chinese restaurant. I, like, got on my board. As soon as rehearsal was over and as soon as I finished everything I needed to do, I got on my board, I zoomed all the way down a hill, like 2 miles away, picked up Chinese food and brought it back, and we ate it in the gym.
Dude.
And I was like,
beautiful.
I did a lot of that but it is privileged.
We are, all three of us are.
Bro, if you have wheels, if you got wheels in drum corps, that's God mode. You're doing you're doing drum corps on God mode.
You got to figure out though the whole like storing it and everything.
Yeah.
Because
we're also lucky.
You got to make some friends too. Yeah, you got to make some friends. You know, friends that are on.
And you
loading
can't
crew.
put them on top of the bass drums.
Don't put it on the bass drum.
Oh man, that's a good story. But I will say that you guys definitely brought the whole like Wheels gang to Blue Devils. I feel like I'm trying to remember if 2016 or 2017 if we had any people with scooters. We had to have had somebody rolling around a scooter, but you guys definitely in 2018 both you guys had your jumbo scooters.
That was one thing from Blue Coats that I was proud to bring to the Blue Devils. For sure.
Yeah. And then, so that's a Blue Coats thing?
Oh yeah. Because it started with Denison University.
Dude.
That's where the Blue Coats used to have spring training.
The Hell Hill.
And Denison had all these hills, bro. It was like hell to walk. And you have to walk every day from the dorms to the field. It was a long, long walk. And so like a ton of people just got scooters on Amazon and had them shipped to Denison. And then we'd get them out in our dorms. You opened it up. And that's what I did. I like paid Alan. I was like, Alan, you know, hook us up with some Amazon Prime scooters, bro. And then he got the big jumbo ones. Yeah, dude. And then we just like from then on, I use the same one. We both use the same ones from 2017.
Yeah, they last forever. We got the A5 Lux in case anyone's wondering.
It comes with like a mini fridge. It comes with its own bathroom, bro. It was beautiful.
I mean, because I saw a picture from Blue Coats like this last summer. It's like just a picture of all the scooters that were like parked on the side. There's so many, like way more than Blue Devils. Like Blue Devils, I mean, we still have some people with scooters, but like
the only thing I'm upset about is that like there was like some scooter ambassador in 2019, I think, or 2018.
Oh yeah.
He was claiming to be the scooter ambassador, and I was like, I don't even remember you when I had my scooter back then. I don't even know you.
Man, those were the that was nice, especially being on field lining. So Malik and I, last year, we were on field lining crew. I was quote unquote field lining captain, but I didn't want anybody to know.
I want to apologize forever because Alan was my field lining captain, and I was probably the worst to deal with because I like to sleep. I sleep hard, no cap, on God. When you wake me up, I look like you just killed my puppy.
It was awful because as field lining captain, I had to find my crew every morning and wake them up. I had to make sure they were all.
I have a very similar story, but I'm gonna let you finish.
And some they roll over and they be like, yeah, okay. But Malik, I swear, he it didn't matter. We were best friends. Didn't matter. I was a villain to him. He would just look at me. He'd just be like, why?
How could you do this, man? Look at me. You know who I am? How could you do this to me?
You know how I feel about this. Just leave me here. Just leave me here. And I would just feel so bad. Every time, I feel so bad. But having those scooters and being able to we'd get the map before we got there, you know.
The map of the school.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The field's 2 miles away. It's cool. Glad we have scooters, you know. So Yeah.
Oh man, so actually you handled that a lot better than I did. So in 2015 at Pacific Crest, we had scaffolding, like, which is actually now that I've marched BD for 4 years, like the idea of scaffolding is baffling to me. That they actually carry that stuff around and have people like set it up every single freaking rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
That boggles my mind. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. So it was the trumpet rookies were responsible for scaffolding, right? And so in one of the first camps, for some reason, they for no reason at all, they designated me as a scaffolding captain, right? It was my responsibility to wake everybody up, to get everybody to do it, and to make sure that it's all done. And for no reason, right? And so
you're a rookie?
I'm not going to name names. I'm a rookie, right? And so I'm a rookie directing other rookies to do it, right? And so listen, so listen. So this is a nightmare. Well, first of all, I was a dingus in 2015. I was 2015, 2016, both years. Both my rookie years, I was awful. I had an ego. I had an issue. I recognize that. I've grown a lot since then, I think. So, but back then, man, it was. And again, whoever, if this person happens to be listening, you guys both know him. Actually, from that scaffolding crew, three of us became Blue Devils from that exact scaffolding crew, and you marched with both. You marched with both of them, and so if they're listening, they know the whole deal. They definitely hate me for those days. Well, one of them not so much, but I was just like, I had to wake everyone up too and everything. And at one point in the season, one of them just like was like, I hate the way like you lead this like thing. You like just boss people around. Is like, I quit, and he just quit his rookie responsibility. Like he just left. He was done. So I was like, oh, boy. So
I was about to say, if Malik had that option, bro.
Yeah.
I know, exactly. Well, that's the thing.
I just roll over and tell Alan, I'm done.
It's not an option. It's not an option.
It's not up to you
to do that.
You know?
Yeah, to quit is not an option. But I recognize that I probably was an asshole. I was not the best at delegating responsibility. Not that I was just making everyone do everything themselves, but I just probably wasn't very nice about how I went about it. So shout out to that person. I love him now. He's a good friend, so no hard feelings. But that was not a good time in my drum corps career for sure.
Hey man, if a friendship can survive waking up for field lining, and waking up.
Well, it didn't. We actually did not. We did not like each other for the longest time. And I actually, so the following year I joined Blue Devils, and he didn't make it that year. So I was kind of like, ooh, yeah, like I it sucked, but.
Maybe you should have listened to me.
No, it had nothing to do with that. He's a phenomenal player, and and now we're cool, we're good. So, but it was funny. It was funny to me.
Bro, drum corps be like the trenches sometimes, bro.
It does.
You be showering, and the water's like dripping out. You're looking at your homies like. It is what it is, you know.
It is what it is.
Well, you know what? That's interesting because like I do like marching. BD is like it's Princess Tour. It's,
oh yes.
A lot of people say that. People that come from cadets or Carolina Crown, like being in the Blue Devils is like summer vacation compared to those. And I do commend, like it's harder to be in a drum corps at a lower level or a lot of scoring place in, I guess, than it is to be at the top.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Crown's at a lower level right now, but
yeah, no, they're not. But it's way harder. It takes a lot more mental strength, I feel like, to be at that level. Like marching Pacific Crest was so much harder than marching Blue Devils.
Yeah.
So much harder. So it's not like, oh, you got to be even tougher to march the Blue Devils. It's more of like, if you got to get through that, I commend anyone who's gets through those conditions. And I had it good, even Pacific Crest was okay, but like I've heard stories of like food trucks breaking down, people having to live off of like,
another drum corps.
Even at Pacific Crest, the classic story we always tell from 2015 was the bagel story, where we would get half a bagel as a meal for some part of the tour. So that was a 2015 story. So yeah, it does get tough sometimes. People don't realize that. People outside of drum corps don't realize like it's not like you're going on tour. Like a band's going on tour. No, it's you're putting in tons of work, and but
that's what I tell people though. I tell people I'm touring. I'm a trumpet player and I tour.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's true.
Some slight.
Especially if we were gonna do BDI, it would have been like, oh yeah. I kept telling people like, oh yeah, I'm going on a tour across Europe for a couple months.
Yeah,
It's true.
It's true.
It's technically true.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that would definitely be. I flex that so hard, and I'm so sad that it's not happening.
2025, right? Well, I'll do it together.
2023.
2023.
And Alan.
2021. I need to happen next year.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen next year. I hope it happens by 2023. And if that's the case, Alan, us three we're going.
Dude, that'd be insane. That'd be so much fun.
Insane.
I've never been out of the country, so both of you
Oh
have,
my
right?
God.
Yeah.
You haven't been out of the country?
I've been to like pretty much. I've been to 48 states. You know, because of drum corps. I haven't been to Alaska and.
Have you really been to 48?
Hawaii, but I've been to I've been to all 48 states. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
I've not been to all 48. I feel like I've been to 30 maybe.
I like did that test.
Drum corps doesn't cover everything. Oh, you did the test.
Yeah, like where it's like you have to. Yeah, but it was cool.
I mean,
because when I realized
you've done because you've come from the West Coast, Everett. We've done East Coast and West Coast tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, that doesn't cover like all the the fringe.
You've been to the Dakotas, Alan?
Yeah, both Dakotas. Yeah.
Wow.
Like
I've been to South Dakota.
some of them, I literally like was at a gas station, so it's like
Yeah.
like Rhode Island.
Okay, yeah.
I was
yeah.
like,
and passing through.
I'm in a
too.
Rhode Island.
We do pass
I'm
through.
in Rhode Island right now, but it wasn't like we had a show there. But yeah, I
For-
like made sure like during like all my tours that I would like.
Oh, well, hold on. You've been to Maine
Yeah, I've been to Maine.
I've been to Maine.
for drum corps?
Yeah.
It wasn't for drum corps, I don't think, or was it?
I did
Blue
it
Coats
for
go to
drum
Maine?
corps. I don't maybe.
That's crazy.
I bet Oregon
Wow.
must have done it.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I've been to Maine.
At Coates, I rode the guard bus in 2016, and it was a rule that you're not officially in a state unless you poop in it.
What?
That's a fair rule.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. I
we
respect that.
come
for
back.
sure.
We come back on the
I was
bus.
about to
and be
say.
like, we come back on the bus and be like, I'm in Maine right now. I just came to Maine because we just pooped. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
I see.
Officially in Maine.
So much proof.
And if you're like have a long night of travel, passing through multiple states, you save a little.
Yeah.
You just do a little bit and then save it for the next state, so you don't have so you got some gas in the tank to make it all worth it.
Or if you don't have to go, you're like, I gotta pinch one off so I can say
Yeah,
that I was
I
here.
Ew,
I gotta fill the mat, baby. I gotta fill the mat. Squeeze one out for this one.
Oh my god.
I gotta let them know I've been to all 48.
Okay, that's done.
We've like exceeded the limit of poop talk on this.
Yeah, poop jokes. We've reached our quota and much more.
Poop
We're
jokes
done.
are amazing.
Alan, you want to check your logic? Make sure you're still recording.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It said like system overload. So. Yeah.
Okay. So I do want to pull up this video here. Let me see. I'm gonna share my screen. I want to pull up this video of a show from 2017 where I made a very big mistake. Probably the mistake. I made the biggest mistake of my drum corps career and probably of the Blue Devil, like the biggest Blue Devil mistake in the past 4 years. I mean, okay, actually, I don't want to hype it up too much because it's not that bad, but it is pretty
It's
bad.
pretty
Okay,
bad.
sure. Okay, sure.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, this is the show in 2017. I was on trumpet at that point, and it was early season.
I will say
That's-
that
that's the
I do
first
think that
mistake.
the recovery is pretty decent. Although it's
Thank you.
obvious and everyone sees you do it, I think your integration back into everybody else was pretty good. It was
So-
comedic. It was comedic gold. How you came back in.
Yes, it was a solid recovery, but you guys can see my screen, right?
No, sir.
So yeah, I made an oopsie, and it was from a show in the Northwest, and everyone knows about it by now. I'm sure I've embraced it at this point, but let's watch it so I can explain a little bit. Actually, we can just talk over this because I do want to show the part where we're walking in the beginning, not walking, marching. So you can see me, right? I'm
Yeah.
third from the front. So I'm right there. I'm chugging along. I'm doing my thing. Yeah. Okay. So this is a show in the Northwest, and I decided to try not wearing my glasses for this run, and put them on my under uniform so that because the most of the show we do without glasses or without Shakos. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna not wear my glasses for the first part, and then I can put on my glasses after I take off my Shako. So I decided to do that.
And question.
Yeah.
You're attempting this, at the show, not in rehearsal?
Yeah. So, okay, I made a big mistake. All right, I made a big mistake. I didn't test run it at all. I just went for it. So I'm right in the middle here somewhere.
As you're supposed to.
Right. And I overshot my dot by a lot because I was just overthinking everything because I was like, oh, I can't see, even though I could see just fine. I was like, oh my god, what's going on? So you can see I'm running there a little bit. And then
there we go.
Like,
there we go.
What?
There you go.
Hop. And step. Now I'm back in the form. So, yeah, it was so okay, yeah. So I had decided to not wear my glasses. And because I wanted to wear my glasses for the second part of the show, which was like 2/3 of the show, I was like, I'll be fine without my glasses for the first movement. And
why do you want to take the glasses off in the first place?
Because I used to wear contacts for the whole show, right? Well, I did for that whole season. It was just this one show. I tried it and I shouldn't have. But I wanted to wear my glasses because I like wearing my glasses instead of contacts. But I can't wear the glasses because the Shako, it doesn't go far down enough with glasses.
I see.
So I
had that issue too in 2019, but I was like 2 minutes of Shako.
Yeah.
And
we barely had it on.
Yeah, so I was like fine with it.
Right.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I wanted to still have that good Shako look. So I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna wear my glasses for the opener, and then I'll have them in my under uniform. So when I take off my jacket, I can put them on. So I get out on the field and I'm walking around, and my vision's a little blurry. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. This is not bad. And the show starts, and I'm doing it's 8 to 5, super simple. I'm like muscle memory. I'm like, okay, it's fine. And then we start doing a little bit more complex drill moves or going to the back of the field, and I'm like, oh no, I like got to get this right. I'm like, I start overthinking, and then that drill move comes up, and we're crab stepping going up the field, and I'm like, and I like eventually
go back to where you've like first realized it, because you do like this stutter step.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
So so I overshoot my dot. I'm just kind of looking for the yard lines to go 2 off, and I'm looking and I overshoot it, and I'm like looking for the next 2 off. So I get there, and we do a crunch move, and we look up, and I don't even realize where I am. I look up, and there's no one around me. I'm like, what the heck happened? Yeah. So here I'm going. I'm running, and so let's see, right here. So that's me. This hole where there's no one, that should be my spot.
Dude.
So I'm 2 off over here. I should be 2 off over here. And I look up, and I kind of move over, and I'm like, it's like, I don't know what to do. And so I just, in the moves, I hop over, and step,
it's
boom.
beautiful.
Now I'm back in.
Beautiful.
So in hindsight, I should have stayed over there. Until that move over, and then I would have blended a little bit more. But I made.
But you wouldn't get as many views on this YouTube video.
That's true. This video has 200,000 views because.
Oh my god.
And the comments are like,
so awesome.
Comments are, the trumpet's recovery at 150 is smooth, or.
This says is me all the time messing
up. Yeah.
Oh, so awesome.
It's a good recovery,
okay, Did the people in the in your like drill area, did they see you? Did they notice that you weren't there?
Well, yeah. I mean, it all went so fast. I'm sure they were kind of like, oh, there's a hole in front of me. I don't know what's going on. But they don't. It's not their job to, they're probably like a little alarmed.
Keep tabs on Everett.
Maybe they saw. I mean, maybe after that show, maybe they felt that they needed to do that after that. But no, yeah, they probably saw it and was like, what the heck is he doing? And then I got back in it. But yep, I was made fun of relentlessly for that after. So
thank God you became drum major. We don't have to worry about that anymore.
Get him off the field.
Yeah. That's why they chose me as drum major, because they didn't want something like that happening again. So they moved me to hands. Yeah. But, you know, I'm not excusing myself. For the record, I'm not excusing myself. Oh, I messed up because I didn't have my glasses on. Which is partly true, but no, I messed up because I made a stupid decision. So I wholly own that decision. And by the way, so the recovery was smooth. Thank you for that. And I marched the whole rest of the opener a lot harder drill moves than that one move without my glasses on. So it was all mental. Like, it was all
Did you ever do that again?
No, I didn't. The only time I ever wore my glasses was in that show was for the Encore run, because we didn't have to wear Shakos.
I see.
It was the only other time I did that show.
And that's when, accurate drill doesn't really matter at that point.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, man. I mean, I watched back my Encore run, and there's one move where we're going down a line, and it's just like everyone is like all over the place because it's so much energy. Dude, it's so fun.
It's just uncontained energy and exhaustion at the same time.
I mean,
I just feel like if you win drum corps, everybody else should do an encore run, because I'd be tired.
No, you're lying.
I sound so privileged,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I sound so privileged right now, bro. I have so many encore runs, dude. No, I just think about every time. Like in 16, I was so tired. I remember we didn't get any water after, and we were the last ones on, and we got back to the field. Because, like, in 2019, we were second to last, if I remember correctly.
We were last,
No,
buddy.
we went last.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we
we
got
were last.
water, okay?
Well,
in 16, we didn't get any water.
It's interesting, too, because, like, 2017, doing the Encore run was a breeze. Because the show was a breeze. Like, the show wasn't crazy, like, taxing. But there are few other memories that I could think of in my life where I've had that much, like, joy, just uncontainable joy. Like those, like especially the 2019 Encore run was fine, but like being on the field to do an Encore run is the one of the most fun things you can ever do in your entire life.
Yeah,
like
it is,
because you don't have to worry about the scores. It's the last hurrah. You get to go out there and throw it out on the field and have fun with your friends. Like, it is seriously one of the best memories I will have for the rest of my life, forever.
Agreed.
So cool.
We definitely we have to watch like all of our GoPro videos from Encores, because I mean, I guess the 2019 one, like the things that like I know I say are things I would never say. Just like
actually, I don't know about that, Ellen. You do sound like that all the time, if I'm gonna be honest.
No, but like
there was a moment in yours, because we're definitely gonna have to watch it eventually. Yeah. There's a moment in yours, Alan, in the very beginning where you're holding the wrong trumpet. You're holding your flugelhorn, getting ready to start the show, and I'm like, that's not Encore Alan, that's normal Alan. No cap.
Yeah.
Bro, I was just so overwhelmed, that I was taking my flugelhorn with the mic on it back to like the beginning set behind the wall, and it's supposed to be set on the front sideline, and it's just ridiculous. Like, definitely like uncontainable energy. You just get overwhelmed, but.
I don't know. I remember the feeling that I had actually in the 2019 Encore run is that once we hit the opener, after the drum break, and the brass is in that huge arc in the back, once you guys turned around and played that note, I almost felt a little panic in me, because I was like, dude, there's only a minute left that I get to be a Blue Devil. Like, there's only 1 minute left in my life that I get to be a Blue Devil, and I remember just conducting through it, and like I was like felt panic trying to like grab every single second I could out of it, every single moment. And I remember this. I remember telling myself, like, remember it, like, think about this, because I was like, this is it. Like, this is the end of your drum corps career right here. Like, take in every second. And I just remember feeling like a little overwhelmed in that moment. And when you guys turned around and came across, and especially when you ran over the stage,
bro.
And there was just I'm so lucky that you guys end the show right in front of me. I'm so lucky that I get to stand right in front of your blasting wall of sound.
Did you hear me scream?
I don't remember particularly, but I was
That's when I realized when I jumped over the prop, when we watch my Encore run, I like screamed like let's go. That's when I realized I was like I only got like 3 notes left.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Dude.
Oh man, I'm getting emotional now thinking about it. But like I was just standing, just standing there conducting, and just that last note, you guys are blasting, and it's so loud, and the Blue Devil sound is just in my face, and I'm there with you guys. Like in that moment, I was like, dude, that is that kind of feeling I will never feel again ever in my life. And I'm not like, sad about it. I'm not like I wish I could feel it again. It's
just reality.
Like, it's just that's what makes it special. Is the fact that it's never going to happen again. That's what makes it so special. And that was, that's a memory I'll keep for the rest of my life.
Alan, when you're doing an Encore run, because since we've both had 2, I mean Everett's had 2 as well, but he's had 1 as a drum major. When you're doing an Encore run, from 16 to 19, I noticed that I was just way more, I don't know, like awake in 2019. I know obviously we're older and we're much better, but like in 16 everything felt like a blur.
Dude,
everything happened
it's
so
just
fast
because we were so tired. 16 show is not easy. Like it doesn't. I mean, at least it was definitely like more physically taxing than 19 was. But
yeah, you guys' marching looked pretty fatigued. Yeah. You could tell that it was a hard show. I'm just kidding.
We can get into that later. No, but like I was thinking, like Alan, like I don't know, cause like people talk about all the time, like when you have a good show, it's like when you don't remember any of it, and you come off and you're like I don't remember any of that. I find that I had a better show and like a more relaxed, enjoyable show. Like I'm talking about Encore, I'm talking about shows in general. When I like know exactly what's happening the entire time, and I remember the whole show. That's when I usually have my like best shows.
You got to think about it.
In 16, a lot of those were just blurs. Like the Encore run, I don't remember anything at all.
We were much more.
I remember tossing Bulby in the air and he died.
Oh yeah.
That's the only thing I remember.
Dude, I
agree. I don't think if I hadn't had that GoPro one, I'm very glad that I did to capture that. But if I hadn't had that GoPro one, I don't know how much I would remember.
I definitely know that I felt more present in 19. And I think that's just because we're just more mature performers. Not to sound weird.
That's what I was thinking. But that's what I was thinking.
Like we were able to not be, like go on autopilot just to survive a show. Because sometimes it felt like that, younger.
Yeah.
Like in the early years of DCI. 2019, like you have everything. Well, not 2019, but like at the end of your drum corps career, you have everything so much in your control now that it's like your mind is focused on everything.
The Encore run in 19 was like slow motion.
Yeah,
I agree.
It felt great. It felt real good.
And like we let it be because we wanted it to be. We wanted to live.
Also,
in it.
It's a different payoff. Like for Blue Coats, I can't imagine what it's like to win the first drum corps.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Because like
that's what I was thinking
the
too.
The 2 that I won, or that we won, or is one of them was the 18th championship, and the other was the 19th. Like, you're not making history there. I mean, you are just adding to the the list of them. But like to be a Blue Coat and to be part of the first ever, that's pretty cool. That's pretty amazing.
It was shocking, to be honest. Like, I remember, like at retreat, like when they announced, second place Blue Devils, it was just like, that's when like things just shut off. It was almost like you couldn't even believe. It just felt like you were floating.
Yeah,
it was
I get what
very
you're saying.
transcendental feeling. Which was super cool.
Alan and I talked about that retreat for a while. I remember we were in the dorms in 17 talking about 16's retreat. And like how like Crown was winning all those captions.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
You guys are worried. I was sitting there like, we're gonna get third. We're gonna be the first Blue Devils to get third in like half a decade. Mm-hmm. But for some reason,
16 Crown was so good. It's like
they were so good. That's my favorite Crown.
Show.
Yeah, that's my favorite Crown show. Yeah, so good.
And like they were winning all those captions, and they won Color Guard, and they won Brass, and then they won Vision.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, because like, we were trained in 16 to not think about any scores. And then when we got to that retreat, that's the only thing that's being said.
That's the only thing to think about.
The only thing that's being
yeah.
And I was like, wow, I can't believe we're here. 1, 2, we're about to lose it all.
Crown really pulled it out, on that last.
Yeah, they had an insane finals run too, and like, I just remember having chills the whole time, and like, I don't know, my heart was sinking. It was just so insane.
I even know like the song, that was Justin Timberlake. I got this feeling. Every time I hear that song, I think of Retreat. Like every time.
Yeah.
And it's like just like ingrained. Like there's like those moments, like those pivotal moments in your life where there's like specific details that you like will always remember that like have nothing to do with like the actual event. And that is one of them. Like every time. It's so cool.
It also doesn't help that you're there as, you're still performing. You're still kind of like you're doing your whole thing. You're all like at attention and whatever. And it's like you kind of just got to bottle it all up inside your head. And you can't express it physically. And you just kind of got to go. I mean, unless Blue Devils, we kind of let it go once they get to the top 3. But I even remember in 2017, I was nervous. Like, we had won every single show. And we had thrown down, like, the best run of the year on finals night. And I was still sitting there like, I don't know if this is going to happen. I was like, I don't know if we're going to do it. And then, did you guys cry when you guys won? Because I definitely did in 2017.
I cried like a little
Yeah,
bit.
dude. I cried both times. Like,
I didn't cry in 2019.
I cried way more in 19.
Me too.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that you guys won that first Blue Coats championship ever, and then in 2019, it's a different payoff because it's like we fought for that so hard. Like we fought so hard for that, and the satisfaction of getting there, and really pushing every single last bit of energy all the way till the end, and finally getting that payoff at the end was
the dub.
It was
insane to end that way. It's so insane. And then to do it against the Blue Coats is just like, and those were the best Blue Coats ever. Like they were so good. Like Blue Coats 2019 is, I think, my favorite Blue Coat show right now.
Interesting. I actually was listening to Kinetic Noise.
2015 is my favorite.
2015 is really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
The music in that, I mean, Steve Reich.
Music in that, yeah.
Electric Counterpoint. That's such a good piece to do for drum corps.
It's between 2015 and 2018 for me. I loved that show, 2018's show. Session 44, cool. The music was phenomenal. I really liked that. But, yeah, I don't know. But, the 2019 when they announced the winner, I wasn't emotional. I was weirdly not emotional. Well, one, because I was like, okay, I have to do an interview in
2 seconds.
Yeah, in like a minute I got to do an interview, so I got to like stay cool. But also like, I don't know, even when we won the Viz Award, I messed that up so hard for our acceptance group or for the other drum majors. I was like, cuz I was so focused on whatever. I don't even know why. I was so focused that when they announced the Viz Award, I was taken by surprise. I was like, because I was only thinking about the end. I was only thinking about the final thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about captions.
Sub-captions.
I wasn't, because I felt like we were going to win the Viz caption, but I just didn't even put that in my head.
Yeah.
So when they announced that, I didn't do anything for a while. I was like, oh, we got to salute. So I was like, okay, go. And then we went, and it was kind of a mess. And then we saluted, and then we didn't go. We went straight back to our position, but we're supposed to wait there to get the award and then take a picture. And I was like, oh, it was a mess, and I felt so embarrassed.
So embarrassing.
I know. And then
it wasn't on video. You're fine.
But luckily we got to. That was like a practice run, so that we did get the final thing. I was like, because I was so focused on like, this has got to be right. But I don't know how you guys felt after the finals run in 2019, because after that run, because okay, we all roomed together in at the hotel. And the night before, I remember we were all sitting up in the hotel room just like thinking. And I remember Malik was telling Alan, like, don't overthink. Like, we got to just, stay calm and cool. And we were just talking, like, what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, I just remember the energy. I had so many nerves the night before.
Yeah.
But after that finals run, no nerves. I remember after we got off the field, I was like, that was the best run we've ever done. And no matter what happens, it doesn't really matter because we did everything we could.
Yeah.
Like we put everything into that, and I remember after that going on to the retreat field, I felt relieved. I didn't feel nervous. I was focused, but I didn't feel nervous at all. Like even all the way up until they announced the second place, I was not nervous. I was just focused.
I knew at semis, because they beat us in prelims, Blue Coats did.
Mm-hmm.
Then semis, we beat them by like a kind of a comfortable margin, and I was like surprised by it.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that like no matter what was gonna happen, we were gonna have our best show on finals. So
Yeah.
I honestly went into finals night not nervous or anything, but I had a lot of faith in us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But after finals, the show, I lost it. I was like crying, like when we were like
Every
posing at the end, and then I like went up to Malik and I just lost it, dude.
I was
totally
crying,
lost
and they
it.
caught it on the video. I remember
That was cute.
Yeah,
though.
I had to take off my glasses, and I was like,
you were like, that was everything.
it was. I was crying like
It
a
was
little
cute.
baby.
I appreciate it.
I was like,
Nah,
wow.
but like, to be honest, I felt that we had our best finals run on finals night, but I still, just because I know Derek Gibson, he's very inspirational, and I know he could pull a lot out of his ensembles. Derek Gibson's the brass caption head at Blue Coats, and I know that he's so inspirational.
Interesting.
I know that he could pull a lot out of his ensemble.
So,
I was like, bro,
what is
they're gonna give us their best.
What is your opinion about that kind of philosophy or strategy? Because what I like about the Blue Devils in finals week, why I think they're so good, is because they know, like the staff knows how to win, or they know what it feels like to win, and they know that when it comes down to finals week, like they don't treat it any different. I feel like finals week is just another week. It is different.
It's another day.
There's
at the
energy,
office.
but they don't give extremely inspirational speeches. They don't do any of that. They say this is another show, and you're gonna do great. Whereas I feel like other groups, sometimes when it comes down to it, they're like, "This is it. This is your last chance. This is the moment where you're gonna show up and like throw it all out there." And
I think it depends.
Okay.
Because at Devils, the whole season, for the most part, is all on us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we generated that energy ourselves. You know what I mean? And I think, especially from the leadership, we did that ourselves. We generated it ourselves. We inspired the people around us ourselves. And I think
it was
that
a good year for leadership.
was like where the magic happened. At Coates, I don't know. Because it depends on who the leadership is. Because sometimes it's not great, honestly. It always depends. But the person who's the most consistent, the most consistently inspirational, and always in our heads is Derek. Derek Gibson is just always like, even when I was at Devils, bro, Derek was still in my head sometimes.
Literally, yeah.
He's just so good.
That's
He's
interesting.
just so good.
Wow, that's cool.
At Coates,
Like
like
so good.
we just have this philosophy of like work as hard as you can. If you work incredibly hard all season, it'll pay off, and it does to a certain extent. Like, and I think for them it has worked because Blue Coats are top tier drum corps. But I know at Devils it's so much more about like how can we be the most efficient workers and be efficient for our members, and how do we make them succeed on a more individual basis, But let's cut right here because I think Everett is totally frozen.
No, I'm here.
You were so.
I thought you were frozen
I was very
too.
still. Yeah, I was very still.
I didn't.
I was.
That's
I was
insane.
soaking in your information.
How
I
were
was soaking
you?
it all in.
How were you that still? I was
Okay,
like
but
looking
actually,
at you.
I think we should wrap it up here. I think we've gone on for like over an hour now. So, yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
good.
but thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed our podcast, we really appreciate it. And go ahead and check out the Patreon in the link below. And we also have an Instagram, so go follow us at the Funliner Podcast on Instagram. We'll be doing some giveaways there as well. So yeah, thanks for listening. Leave a comment down for anything that you would want us to talk about next. But yeah, thanks. We hope that this can be a project that we can continue and gain some traction here, and we really like doing this, and we put a lot of work into it to get this thing started. So thank you for listening. For those of you that have got all the way to the end, but yeah, thanks.
Yeah, there's gonna be much more fun.
Yeah,
in store.
Definitely.
It's gonna be a good project.
And we'll see you next week. So for the second episode with a special guest. That we'll drop that special guest soon, so you guys can look forward to that. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week.
See you later.
Cool.